All right, listen carefully. If you rely on Social Security, SSDI, or SSI, February is not just another month on the calendar. Something feels different this time and you're not imagining it. I've been seeing the questions everywhere. Comments, emails, messages that all sound the same. Why does my February payment look early? Why does it look smaller? Am I supposed to get extra money this month? Did something change without anyone telling us? And I want to start by saying this clearly. You are not wrong to be paying attention right now. February is one of those months that quietly causes confusion every single year. But this year, the confusion is louder, the rumors are stronger, and the stakes feel higher. Because for many of you, this money isn't extra, it's rent, it's groceries, it's prescriptions, it's peace of mind. So, if you've been checking your bank account more than usual, if you've been circling dates on the calendar, if you're hearing talk about extra money and don't know whether to believe it, stay with me because what's happening in February is not random. It's not a mistake. And it's not a surprise once you understand how the system actually works. But here's the truth. Most people never get a clear explanation. They just see money come early, late, or look different. And that's when anxiety kicks in. And I don't want that for you. Now, before you get too excited about headlines promising bonuses or extra checks, we need to slow this down because some of what you're hearing is real. Some of it is misunderstood, and some of it is simply timing being mistaken for new money. This month, February's shorter calendar alone changes how payments land. Add in SSI rules, add in Social Security birth date schedules, add in SSDI processing, and suddenly nothing looks familiar, and that's when fear creeps in. What if something was cut? What if something was missed? What if I need to call someone right now? Take a breath. Nothing is being taken away today. Nothing is disappearing overnight. But the order, the dates, and the way deposits show up can absolutely feel unsettling if you don't know what to expect. And that's exactly why we're talking about this now. Because once you understand February's payment schedule, everything starts to make sense. You'll know why some people see money earlier, why others think something is missing, and why talk of extra money keeps spreading every single year around this time. Now, in just a moment, I'm going to walk you through the February payment schedule step by step, slowly, clearly, without noise. Welcome back to Rais Money Talks. Today we're taking a calm, clear, and factual look at what's really happening with Social Security, SSDI, and SSI payments in February, because this is the time of year when confusion spreads fast and stress rises even faster. The goal here isn't to hype anything up or scare anyone. It's to slow things down, separate facts from rumors, and help you understand what you're seeing when you check your bank account. Once you see how February actually works, a lot of the worry starts to ease on its own. The first thing we need to understand is something very simple that often gets overlooked. February is the shortest month of the year. That sounds obvious, but it matters more than most people realize. Fewer days in the month compress the payment schedule. Payments land closer together. Wednesdays arrive faster. Deposits can appear earlier than they did in January, and when that happens, it can feel like something changed in the system even when absolutely nothing did. Timing can play tricks on your expectations, and February is especially good at doing that. Now let's start by clearly separating SSI from Social Security and SSDI, because mixing these programs together is one of the biggest sources of confusion. Supplemental Security Income, or SSI, follows one simple rule. SSI is always paid on the first of the month. That rule does not change. It doesn't matter what month it is, and it doesn't matter how short the month is. For February, SSI is scheduled for February 1st. If February 1st falls on a weekend or a federal holiday, the payment moves earlier, not later. That part is critical. An early payment is not extra money. It is not a bonus. It is not a second check. It is simply your February payment arriving ahead of time because the calendar requires it. This is where a lot of misunderstanding begins because when money shows up sooner than expected, it can feel like something new happened, even when it's just timing. Now let's talk about Social Security retirement benefits and SSDI, because these follow a different schedule entirely. These payments are based on your date of birth. If your birthday falls between the 1st and the 10th of the month, your payment is scheduled for the second Wednesday of February. If your birthday falls between the 11th and the 20th, your payment arrives on the third Wednesday. And if your birthday falls between the 21st and the 31st, your payment comes on the fourth Wednesday. That structure does not change from month to month. February does not change the rule. What February changes is how close those Wednesdays feel. Because the month is shorter, the second Wednesday can arrive sooner than your mind expects, especially compared to January. When February starts on a weekend or when the first Wednesday comes early, people notice. It feels different. Some people say it feels early, and sometimes it actually is earlier than the previous month, but earlier does not mean more. It only means closer together on the calendar. Now there is another important group we need to talk about, and that's people who receive both SSI and Social Security. If you receive both, your payments are split. SSI comes first, following the first of the month rule. Social Security follows the birth date Wednesday schedule. That means you may see two deposits in February, one early in the month and one later. When that happens, it's very easy to think something changed or that extra money arrived, but what you're actually seeing is two separate benefits doing exactly what they always do. Nothing new, nothing added, just timing. This is also where bank processing plays a role, and it's a bigger factor than many people realize. Some banks release funds as soon as they receive notice from the Social Security Administration. Other banks wait until the official deposit date. That means one person might see their payment on a Monday while another sees it on Wednesday. Same benefit, same amount, different bank policy. Online, this creates noise. One person says they got paid early, another says their payment hasn't hit yet, and suddenly people start thinking something is wrong. The truth is that February compresses the schedule. It does not change the benefit. Now let's address the phrase everyone keeps asking about, extra money. This is where we need to be very careful, because expectations can get out of control quickly. Some people are calling early payments extra, others are confusing adjustments with bonuses, and some are simply repeating what they heard without checking the facts. For most people, February is not about new money, it's about when the money arrives. And if you don't understand that difference, it can mess with your budgeting, your planning, and your peace of mind. Before jumping to conclusions about what you see in your account, it's important to pause, because this is the moment where people either get excited too fast or worry for no reason. Now let's talk honestly about the situations where someone might see a difference. First, cost of living adjustments. If your benefit amount changed earlier this year because of a COLA increase, that increase is already built into your monthly payment. You are not getting it again in February. It is not doubled. It is not added on top. If someone says February includes extra COLA money, that's not accurate for most people. That increase became part of your base benefit starting earlier in the year. However, there are cases where adjustments take time to fully process. If the Social Security Administration finalized an update late, a correction can show up as a slightly higher deposit. That can look like extra money, but it's actually a catch-up payment. This can happen with benefit recalculations, corrected earnings records, or delayed processing. Medicare is another major source of confusion. If your Medicare Part B premium changed, that affects your Social Security deposit. When the premium goes down or stabilizes, your net payment can increase slightly. That increase feels like a bonus, but it's not new money being added. It's less being taken out. One of the biggest misunderstandings of all comes from early SSI payments. When February 1st falls on a weekend, SSI is paid at the end of January. People look at their account and think they got paid twice. But what really happened is this. January's payment came earlier in the month. February's payment came early too. Two payments close together, same total money, different spacing. That spacing can create a dangerous illusion because if you spend it like it's extra, March can feel very tight. I say that because I don't want you caught off guard. Now let me say something important. If you look at your account and something truly doesn't add up, that does not mean you did anything wrong, and it does not mean your benefit is gone. Short months, processing cycles, and bank release policies stack up in February. Missing money is often delayed money. Smaller deposits are often deductions showing more clearly. And most importantly, there is no mass reduction happening this month. No surprise cuts. No overnight eligibility changes, no quiet clawbacks. If something needs attention, there is time to address it calmly. This is the moment where I want you to feel steadier, not more worried, because understanding how this works changes how you look at your bank account. It changes how you plan, and it protects your peace of mind. If this explanation is helping you make sense of what you're seeing, take a moment to leave a comment and let me know. That small action helps this information reach others who need clarity instead of panic. Now let's bring this all together, because February isn't just about dates on a calendar. It's about how you feel when you check your account. It's about whether you trust what you're seeing. Short months always feel unstable, not because benefits are in danger, but because timing gets compressed. Payments land closer together, Wednesdays come faster, deposits feel early or late depending on your bank. And if you don't know that ahead of time, it can shake your confidence. Here's what matters most. Your Social Security, SSDI, and SSI benefits are still there. They are still protected. They are still following the same rules. February did not change the system. It just exposed how confusing the system can feel when time moves differently. Don't plan your spending around rumors. Plan around confirmed schedules. If your payment arrived early, that doesn't mean more is coming next week. If your payment looks the same as last month, that doesn't mean you missed out. And if something hasn't posted yet, that doesn't automatically mean something is wrong. Most of the time, patience is the right move. Every year, people feel stressed in January and February. Every year, the schedules feel off. And every year, things settle back into rhythm by spring. This month is about timing, not trouble. Take a breath. You're not behind. You didn't miss a secret deadline, and you're not alone in feeling confused. Thank you for spending your time with Rais Money Talks. If you want clear, steady explanations without fear or misinformation, please like this video and subscribe to the channel so you can stay informed, stay calm, and protect your peace of mind going forward.